Hi, welcome to my channel. This channel is against the current view of astronomy. The stars are small and close and cold. Millions of stars are smaller than the moon. In this video, I will take on Bill Nye, the sustainers of the Big Bang. I want to prove to you that they don't know good physics. Okay. So he says I got some passages from a YouTube channel. He says, first of all, how our solar system is spinning. This everybody is saying.
Looking at a stellar nursery where stars are being born. Our sun spins. These stars are all spinning. That's why here we are in the solar system with spinning planets going around a spinning star, all orbiting or moving around the center of the galaxy. It's amazing. Why is everything spinning? When the mutual gravity of these particles brings them together, their unevenness often resolve themselves into a disk, and then in the center of the disk often resolves into a star, where you get a sphere.
You cannot attract 100,000 light years. You cannot attract stars from 100,000 light years. He says, okay, this is the first wrong thing. So he says that are gravitating around a center of our galaxy, and they say that our galaxy has 100,000 light years. You cannot have a function to grab 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 100,000 light. It is not a spatial only, it is a time relation. So from this back of the galaxy at that back of the galaxy, there are literally 100,000 years. You do not put light because you are being tricked. Years. So nobody knows how you can grab different temporal times. You understand? So you grab 1 year, you grab 2 years, 3 years from a single present, from the center. So this is telling you that they are crazy. They are believing that gravity is attraction somehow. And so now what is saying wrong again about the spinning of the planets? He says that from spinning gas, you see this, I will put, you listen. You see that I cut some passages inserted in the video. But you trust him, you do not believe that I'm telling you the truth, okay? What happens when you spin a pizza dough? So you are this crazy? I'm asking you again. What happens when you spin a pizza dough? Can you obtain a sphere? So can you, by spinning something, can you obtain a sphere? No, because when you spin it on only a single axis, the spin goes an equator and it flattens. So I've told you already in my channel, they do not know how the planets were formed, because you cannot obtain a sphere through gravity. They're believing that gravity is attraction, somehow everything. They do not know science. You do not believe that these big names that you are listening, they do not know science. You cannot obtain, gravity is not a congealing factor of attraction. Everybody says this, attraction. So what happens when you spin a pizza dough? What? It will be flattened on an equator. So how you'll get it to make a sphere? So then you do not understand that we're searching, the stars are spinning like this.
Looking at a stellar nursery where stars are being born. Our sun spins. These stars are all spinning. That's why here we are in the solar system with spinning planets going around a spinning star, all orbiting or moving around the center of the galaxy. It's amazing. Why is everything spinning? When the mutual gravity of these particles brings them together, their unevenness often resolve themselves into a disk, and then in the center of the disk often resolves into a star, where you get a sphere.
Okay, in the 70s, he says that the stars are spinning, and he's showing to you some cloudy stars, okay? And you understand that what happens when you spin something in a fog? The fog spins with the spinning object. So you do not understand the simple stuff that these guys are interpreting wrong, the pictures. You do not believe me that these guys, even they are well known, they speak wrong science. You do not believe me. So he says that the Doppler stuff.
If you could somehow be there with your spacesuit looking out, you wouldn't see any of these things. The image was taken in infrared wavelengths, what we also call heat. And so this instrument can detect all these objects in the infrared, and then we here on Earth take those data and shift it so that it's visible to our eye. The universe is accelerating apart. The cool thing is, the farther away something is and the faster it's moving, the redder it is. And so they'll use red light for that. The near objects are closer to the color of chosen for the central object in this image. So those things that are about the same distance are blue.
Blue from close, and this is crazy stuff, my friend. And he is identifying the infrared light and ultraviolet light with hot temperature. So from when the temperature it is infrared light, I don't know. He says this. So you do understand that they are tricking you. And I'm telling you all the places where they are speaking wrong. You are listening, you are being put on the spell with it. But if you understand what I'm telling you, you'll understand they are speaking wrong stuff. A spinning object will spin the clouds. Okay, gravity will not congeal, and you will not congeal gases ever. That he says that everybody says that in that cloud is congealing stars. Only chemical atomic connection congeals something. Gravity not being attraction. Okay, so I'm not having anything to gain. You understand? These guys are tricking you, and are tricking the entire planet. In a mirror telescope, you can put only one day with the speed of light. Light diminishes with distance. So if you listen, and now he is speaking about another thing that. So he shows to you that there's the star in the middle. Okay.
This ring that has this wonderful name, the Southern Ring. People in the southern hemisphere of Earth, astronomers can observe this, but have never seen it this close. This is a star that's exploded, that's supernovaed. These supernovae are what creates all the elements that you and I are made of. And so we're looking at the process that creates life. And as Carl Sagan would remark, since we are made of the elements of these exploded stars, you and I are one way the universe knows itself. Like, dude. And in the center is a white dwarf. It's a star that's thrown out most of its material, but is now, its gravity has crushed it down where it's glowing in white light. So when they look closer, they found out there were two objects moving around each other. It's like, if you've ever been on roller skates or ice skates, you go toward each other and then grab arms and you go like that. So that's what's happening here.
And then he says that it is explosion. You do not believe that these guys are crazy, logically crazy. You cannot have, I study philosophy, logics, okay? Logic of science. You cannot have an object being A and non-A in the same time. So you have the stars and the explosion of the same star at the same time. He is saying that in that picture, the star exploded star. And then he shows like with that two girls that it is spinning. And so you cannot have two blowing up girls that they blow up and to be, okay? So that star is a star and is dancing in water, is showing to you here is water, because our galaxy is surrounded by clouds, hydrogen, oxygen, and we cannot see beyond this. Okay, goodbye, God bless. This is against Bill Nye. Wrong science. Goodbye.